have this thing called the sixth subject or the optional subject you have to pick in your ninth. And at that time, the school first had only an option of economics, commerce, and computer science. So I was like, okay, I don't know this commerce and economics. I don't have no idea what it was. I picked commerce. It was horrible. It was just terrible. I hated it. And that was the year that my non-exam writing was taken to such an extent that I had teachers who used to come into the exam hall and cry saying, please write. We can't give you marks unless you write. We will flunk you if you don't have anything in your exam paper. And I used to write. If it was a 40% thing, I'd manage to write for 40% of the paper, give it in and leave. So one error and I would fail. That was the way I worked in my exams. And so that 9th standard, they kept me back a year. And although it sounds like a tragic thing to have happened, it was actually a brilliant thing to have happened to me, because kept back a year meant that I got to say, okay, I've already been through these classes, I've absorbed what I need to. Let me now concentrate on what I want to do. And in that batch, there were 4 others who also wanted to do art. So they used to print this thing. This was before the internet. We're talking about late 80s, early 90s. They used to print a little book, the ICSE, called the syllabus book. And in that, we found that one of the optional subjects that the board offers was art. And we're like, why isn't our school doing this? So 5 of us went to the principal, a very understanding man, Mr. Hensman, and we told him, we want to do this art. He said, but we only have like a part-time art teacher for like the compulsory art classes for lower thing. We don't have a proper art teacher. We said, no, one term we'll give you to find us a thing. You allow us to take it. We have the syllabus book. We know we have to do a still life. We know we have to do landscape. We have to do pencil. So we'll look through the syllabus book. We will do it on our own. He was like, okay, give them a month. They'll all come back to this. Is what he must have thought. But eventually, he found we were sitting under trees, drawing. We would correct each other's work. We would do. So he was like, okay, these kids are serious. He actually got us an art teacher. She was brilliant. Lauren Mukundan. She was as enthusiastic as the rest of us. She brought in batik. She taught us oil painting. She got us basic sketching. She actually said, okay, you want to draw trees? Learn how it is. You know, the concept of how light and shade works. What is perspective? These were things that she did. She didn't say, here, I've drawn something on the board, you'll draw the same thing, which is a lot art teachers did at that point of time. But she was actually an artist who actually wanted to teach us what the skills were. You know, there are some people who say you can't teach art, which is rubbish. It's like saying you can't teach a musical instrument. No, you can't teach a person how to compose, but you can teach them the notes. You can teach them how to hold a note, how to manage the instrument, how to use the tools. Similarly, how do I use a brush? What do I do with oils? How do I get light and shade? My brain is saying this. How does my skill in my hand improve to translate that down? These are things that can be taught, and she did. And that's when it started, because for me till then it was all things that I did because I wanted to, but here I actually had a framework within which I could work.